The open office was sold to us as a miracle for collaboration and fast decisions, promising that serendipitous conversations would spark the next big idea. That was the pitch. But the reality is an environment where sustained cognitive attention becomes structurally impossible. This is a massive problem because deep focus is the only thing that actually creates value in the modern world. Most knowledge workers spend 40+ hours every week inside a system optimized against their own focus, and then they blame a lack of discipline when nothing meaningful gets produced. The willpower model is broken because you cannot out-discipline a system engineered to interrupt you every 3 minutes. It is not a fair fight, and your brain is losing. Top performers do not actually have stronger willpower than you, but they do have better architecture. They build environments that do the resisting for them, so they can focus on the work that matters. This protocol is not about buying noise-canceling headphones or finding a quiet corner to hide in for an hour. It is about rebuilding your cognitive infrastructure from the ground up, starting with the physical space you occupy in whatever open office you walk into tomorrow morning. Open offices were never designed for cognitive output, despite what the HR brochures might tell you. They were designed to cut real estate costs and let managers see bodies in seats, and the collaboration narrative only got layered on afterward because it sounded better than wanting cheaper square footage. The cost of that design decision is staggering when you look at the data. The average knowledge worker gets interrupted every 3 minutes, and once that happens, full cognitive recovery takes 23 minutes. It takes that long to rebuild the mental model you were holding and reload the problem space into your working memory. If you do the math, being interrupted every 3 minutes means you never enter deep work a single time during your day. The damage goes even deeper than lost time because the environment trains your brain to expect interruption. That expectation fragments your attention even when nobody is standing at your desk, and your nervous system eventually adapts to the chaotic environment it inhabits. When you spend 40 hours a week in a space where focus gets punished, your baseline attention span shrinks permanently. You are not just losing today's output, you are degrading the cognitive machinery itself. The architectural principle here is that environment design is always upstream of willpower. You must design the space first so that the behavior follows naturally, yet most productivity advice gets this completely backwards. It tells you to strengthen the individual inside a broken system with morning routines and better habits. None of that matters if the system around you resets your attention every 3 minutes. The fix is structural rather than motivational, and it starts with a framework I call the 3-layer architecture. You need to address the physical, digital, and social layers simultaneously. If you have a weakness in any single layer, the entire protocol collapses and the office wins. Your brain views physical space as a set of permissions. Every single object in your field of vision adds to your cognitive load, which means that phone sitting on your desk is more than just a piece of hardware. It acts as a permission structure telling you that checking messages is always an option, just like an open email tab is a constant invitation to switch contexts. Your brain constantly scans the environment to figure out exactly what behavior belongs in that specific spot. The zone protocol works because it forces you to designate 3 distinct physical areas within your office footprint. These aren't metaphorical ideas, they are literal locations with their own set of rules. You are creating a map for your brain to follow, so it doesn't have to guess what task it should be doing. Zone 1 functions as your deep work anchor. You need a specific desk orientation, a particular monitor setup, and a dedicated lighting condition that only exists for this one purpose. When you sit in this chair, your brain recognizes that this exact position and this specific light means sustained focus and nothing else. You never check email here, and you never take calls here because the boundary has to be absolute, otherwise ambiguity will kill the mental conditioning you're trying to build. Zone 2 serves as your shallow workstation. If you have a standing desk, use it here and keep your collaborative tools visible while positioning yourself near high-traffic areas on purpose. This is the place where email and Slack live and where you process quick tasks that require throughput rather than depth. Zone 3 is your recovery point, which must be away from screens entirely with no phone allowed. This is where you take 10-minute cognitive resets between deep work sessions to give your brain a genuine sensory break instead of just checking a different app. The real power isn't just having these zones, it's maintaining the hard boundary between them. You never try to do deep work in Zone 2, and you never let shallow tasks leak into Zone 1, because physical separation handles the heavy lifting that willpower usually fails at. By moving your body to a different spot, you remove the need to make a decision entirely. Signal management is the final piece of this architecture. You need visible cues that tell your colleagues you're in a deep work block, so you don't have to verbally enforce your boundaries every hour. Use a physical indicator like a specific light or a sign at your workstation that says, "Interrupting you right now costs the company real cognitive output." You aren't being rude, you're just being precise about the value of your time. I watched a developer at a large fintech company with a 200-person open office implement this exact 3-zone system. Before he started, he was lucky to get 45 minutes of deep work done in a single day. 2 weeks after he established Zone 1 with hard boundaries and a visible signal, he was hitting 3.5 hours of deep work daily. He was in the same noisy office with the same team, but his brain finally learned that Zone 1 meant one thing only, and that physical boundary did what self-discipline never could.